Hey guys, welcome to the High Vibe channel. My name is Nell Nicole. I'm going to be your astrologer for today. Let me pull out my chain, you know what I'm saying? As we get into the Libra Moon video, I just want to say I'm sorry I took a little bit longer than I would have liked. But, you know, the best things are always saved for last. So I promise I'm going to take care of y'all today. We're going to go ahead and get into the personality, characteristics, archetype, just the overall traits of a person that has a natal moon in Libra. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. If you like to pour yourself a glass of wine with me so we can get the aesthetics going, Libra Moon is very much about the aesthetics, honey, the mood. What are we doing? You know, it's an event, it's a party, it's a social situation. Go ahead, get yourself right, and then, you know what I'm saying, pause me and come on back to the video. All right. Okay, so Libra Moon. Yours truly is the Libra Moon. So let me start the video by saying this topic is very near, dear, and personal to me, okay? And I'm not going to show any sort of favoritism because this is my moon sign. I'm actually looking forward to exposing myself. Let's talk a little bit about what the moon is and like what that means for a person's personality. So the moon sign is the sign that talks about how you react emotionally to the goings on and the happenings in your life. Everybody has a moon sign. Everybody's moon sign is different. And when you look at this sign, what you're really looking at is how does this person cope? How does this person react to situations in which they are uncomfortable or, it's not somebody that they're emotionally connected to? How do they show up sort of when their emotions are being poked at? Okay. And so it really is not something that, like, the moon sign of a person is not something, I'm sorry, I got a little nap. It's not something that you will see readily on the surface of a person depending on what the moon sign is. For instance, I just did the Scorpio Moon video. That moon sign is a little tougher to detect, and actually the fact that you might see a Scorpio moon and not be able to see them emotionally react to things, that is a clear indicator that they might be a Scorpio moon. That's like one of their characteristics, is that they hide themselves. They're a little bit more mysterious. With the Libra moon, that is one that tends to be a bit more social. They feel good when they're in social situations, when they can talk to people and when they can sort of make those connections and relate to others. They are very talkative. And so it's one that you might be able to pick up on if you know enough about, their archetype. So I want to go ahead and talk about the element of the Libra moon. They are cardinal air. They're an air sign along with Aquarius and Gemini. There's Libra, and they are the cardinal sign out of all of the air signs. So what is cardinal? What the hell does that mean now? Cardinal signs are those that initiate action. They're the ones who want to start something. They're not afraid to make the move, do the thing, say the thing in order to get stuff rolling in a particular direction. Now, just because they are the initiators doesn't mean that they're always going to stick with what it is that they initiate, but they do tend to spearhead projects. They tend to be really good leaders. They tend to be business minded. Like they can really prioritize like what's most important in a situation in order to, like I said, move it forward and get the ball rolling. And as we talk about Libra specifically, with them being an air sign, the way that these people lead is through communication. It's through relatability. It's through having conversation, getting intimate, really like laying it all on the table and making that one-on-one connection. Libra does rule relationships in the zodiac. It is the ruler of the 7th house, and 7th house is where we see relationships, business deals. Anytime you're coming together with another person in partnership, anytime you're making, terms and agreements, like, okay, we're gonna be best friends. All right, well, if you're my best friend, then you're gonna call me every day, and this is how we are doing this relationship. Like, there's a conversation that happens. Oh, I really like you. Oh, I like this about you. I like that about you. I could see you being a really powerful person, or a important person in my life. This is what I need from you. What do you need from me? Anytime you're in a situation where you gotta talk about, like, what are the terms of this agreement, and you make that connection. So that could be, you signing a business contract, anything to do with any sort of contract, lawyers, running a business, signing on to do a job. Anytime you're signing contracts, that is Libra energy, okay? Because it's like, all right, what do we need to go ahead and agree to before we make this thing official? Relationships, of course, are there because that is another situation where you and another person agree to come together in order to achieve something, a joint venture. You know what I'm saying? And within that, what do people say is the number one, most important thing in relationships? Communication. And so Libra just so happens to also rule over communications. And when you think about communication, a lot of times if two people have a situation or issue or whatever, there needs to be some sort of moderation that happens between, or not moderation, what do you call it? Mediation, that happens so that these two can sit down and amicably have this conversation about what's going on. And so Libra rules not only communication, because Gemini also rules communication, but Libra rules one-on-one communication between yourself and another party. This is why they're symbolized by the scales, because it's about balancing the situation. Nobody needs to be, up so that the other person is down. We need to have that balance there. So they're always wanting to initiate, cardinal, communication, air, with the intention of balancing or harmonizing the situation. Moving forward. We said that intimate relationships, conversations, communications, and business deals. So they always want to bring things down to a level playing field. That is Libra's favorite word, is fair. And it's something that I'm sure I do it as a Libra moon, but maybe don't notice it as much because it's me. But Libra risings and Libra suns tend to talk about fairness a lot, and it gets kind of annoying because what do we all know as adults? Life is not fucking fair. Like, it's just not fair all the time. Sometimes it can be equitable, but that doesn't necessarily always look like our cookie cutter definition of what is fair. And so that can be a Libra moon's major hang up, is like when they feel like things are not fair to them from their vantage point, from where they're standing in the world, then you see a different side of them. But let's go ahead and just tread lightly. I have my notes, as I always do. So if I'm looking over to the side, I'm literally looking at what I've written, not anything that's printed out or a computer or anything. Okay, so we talked about them being initiators. They really like to begin things. They like to see, like if there's a situation where, there's a person that is really misunderstood, Libra moons feel like they have fucking superpowers. Like they want to go in and talk to this person and reason with them and give them an ear and let them know that somebody cares about them and like that, they're not alone. That's really I feel like what their superpower is. But they always make the change by being forward about that, taking the initiative. So sometimes people can mistake them as being more aggressive than they really are in their heart, because again, we're talking about emotions. But with the Libra moon, it gets kind of fucked up because, like, if, let's just say there's a person and they're really disgruntled, the Libra moon cannot sit around and do nothing, because that disgruntled person in the room is going to fuck with them so bad it like, just by proximity of you even being in my area, you're messing up my mood. And so me coming to you to talk to you, to give you an ear, to try to help you, get through whatever the situation is, a lot of times it is a selfish pursuit, because it's like, if everybody in the room is not okay, then I am not okay. And this is a way that Libras internalize other people's emotions and feelings. And like, because the moon is about our feelings and emotions, and it's ruled by like this element of communicating with another person, if that other person is not willing to communicate with them, it can make them feel even worse, okay? Because they're like, no, like, your feelings are my feelings, like, if we can't have this discourse, I mean, it's not to say that after we have the conversation, everything will be solved, but at least just to know that you have the courtesy and the mindset of being polite and keeping things very cordial, right? If you don't have that mindset, then that makes the Libra person go crazy. It makes them feel so just insecure, emotionally. And that's just speaking for myself. For real, like, I'm so sorry. That's just what it is. Something about other people's validation really does make Libra moon feel more secure in themselves. And they are, listen, honey, I know me. I know I'm a power player. I'm an asset to any team I'm on or any partnership that I'm in, because I am an open book. I am the type of person that will, if you feel like there's something I'm doing that you don't agree with, you can come talk to me about it. Doesn't mean I'm going to change, but I wouldn't expect the same from you. Just because I say, well, this bothers me, doesn't necessarily mean you have to become a new person, but just to know that you can voice What is wrong with you? Like that's like 75 to 90% of the entire battle right there, is having the ability to have that conversation. Another thing I want to touch on as we're talking about like social situations is that Libras are very social creatures. They are the ones that want to initiate relationships, right? And so, dang, I lost my train of thought. I got ADHD. They want social, oh, so yeah, like I talked about, like manners, politeness. They're super charming people, so manners come like second nature to them. They are just the people you can put in a nice evening gown and send them into the business meeting. They don't even do shit that has to do with why we're, or not business meeting, but you know, like the business soiree. They might not even be a part of the company, but you can literally put them in the room and they will have everybody like having fun together. Everybody feels comfortable. Everybody loves that person. They sense that that person is open. They sense that that person is nice. You know what I mean? And it might not go that deep because it is a social situation, but they will put their hands out. Hi, my name is Nell. How are you? What do you do? Oh, okay. And how is that, you know, how is it treating you? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever the situation is, they can find a way to communicate with the person. They're going to keep it nice, polite, cordial. And what I've come to realize in all my years is that sometimes people are just haters and they don't want to be nice. You know, they don't want to play nice. And so those types of personalities tend to be really challenging for Libra moons because all they want is that harmony. And so again, if there are people who are rude, crass, like come into rooms and don't give a fuck that they're putting off shitty energy, the Libra moon is going to be really put off by that. You might not see them be as open. You might not see them be as, you know, sociable. They might kind of stay in their corner and initiate no relationships because they're looking around and they don't like the vibe. They don't like the aesthetic. They don't like how it looks. They don't like how it feels. Being that we are an air sign, I think that like water signs pick up on the emotional undercurrents. Air signs pick up on the communication patterns. I don't know if the video went out, but air signs pick up on the communication patterns of others. Air signs are really good at reading body language, understanding social cues, just seeing things that are not necessarily said, but they're being exhibited. And so, yeah, if you have a Libra moon and they're not being that social butterfly, they're not going around being nice to everybody, then that's probably why. In business situations, Libras are killer. Like, they're so fucking good because they know how to be graceful through it all. They can say exactly what they want to say, read your ass for filth, but it'll be in such a classy way that you know you're being read because you're being fucking read, like duh. But you won't be able to call them out on it because they haven't said anything to you that was out of the way or that was disrespectful, and they said exactly what they meant. That's another thing. Libras are really good at honesty, honest communication, because just as well as they need communication from other people to feel validated, they're constantly communicating back and forth with themselves. So if something's bothering them, they might, think about it for a long time and really contemplate, what is the root of this issue? Why is this thing really, really bothering me? And can I solve it on my own before I make a fool of myself by creating a problem with somebody else? Because they really don't like conflict. That's not their thing. And so, like I said, if they do have a problem with you, they're going to bring it to you in the most classy way possible. Now, how you react to that is how you react to that, honey. And they can get ugly too, because I've seen some really catty Libras before. It's the scales, right? If we don't reach that harmony, tend to be like, well, fuck you, and flip a table. And at that point, now I'm going to give it to you raw. Fuck the niceties. Bitch, you don't want to play nice? We could play dirty then. How about that? And I'm going to read your ass really, 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 really hard so that you know not to fuck with me and you understand that I gave your ass grace to begin with. And so now this tipping of the scales, like if it's like this, I'm going to tip that motherfucker some more so we can reach an understanding. You want to be nasty? I can be nasty back. And maybe we'll just, you know what I'm saying, both, it'll neutralize the fucking situation to the point where now everybody got a problem. You feel me? And I can go back to being nice nasty to your motherfucking ass because at least I gave it to you how you needed it. But I don't have to stay in that space because I'm better than that. You feel me? But there is an element of needing to balance that scale out if it's not balanced. And if that other person is not willing to hold up their end of it, Libras will say or do whatever they need to do to get you to understand I'm not to be played with. Okay? They can be very, we talked about them being forward because they're initiators, super friendly because they want harmony, they want friends, they want social situations, they love being able to relate to other people, they love creating environments like Cheers. Y'all know the show Cheers? Leave me a comment down below if you're old enough to remember Cheers. But The whole slogan is, it was this show at this bar where it's like, this is bar where everybody knows your name, because everybody that goes there is a regular. So they like being regulars and in social situations to the point where when they walk in, people know their name. They have a seat reserved for themselves, you know, in the VIP, and they can, you know, do their social butterfly thing and feel safe. They feel known. They like to feel known. And then they're really savvy, man. Like whatever situation you put a Libra Moon in, they're going to be able to harmonize. So like if you have a crazy family and your girlfriend's a Libra Moon and you bring her over, she might steal the whole show and take everybody's attention off the family drama just by being such a nice girl. You feel me? Like these people will fall in love with her and not even fuck with little Uncle Pete over there, you feel me? Because she's talking to everybody, keeping them engaged, asking questions, charming the room, okay? Super savvy. She saw the social cues, everything's not okay, so what can I say? How can I initiate the change towards, you know, harmony? You feel me? So super great neutralizers when you put them in social situations. Now, personally, Libra Moons can be very emotional, and I'll get into that in a second. They are ruled by Venus, and like I said, those scales that exist within them as well. And so when they're feeling good, they're feeling good. When they're feeling balanced, they're really good. They're awesome when they're feeling balanced. When they're feeling low, you know, they have to neutralize the situation. They got to put something on that other end of that scale. And a lot of times they don't want to make that another person's responsibility, because Libra, being the initiator, being the relationship person, a lot of times comes in to harmonize. They don't expect other people to have that same power that they have of like oration and communication, almost manipulation in a way. But it's like it's such a pure level of manipulation. They do what they need to do to harmonize. I'm gonna stop saying that. But they can be very emotional. When they're down, they're super down. They tend to hide themselves. They only like to exhibit the beautiful emotions. They won't express hurt or sadness or pain unless they can do so in an artistic way. These people are really great interior designers, really great writers, because they understand language like no other. I sometimes don't do videos if I'm like not in my best state, because I feel like my words are my weapon. And so if I'm not feeling it, sometimes my words, I start saying the same things over and over again, tripping over my words, and I just don't feel presentable. And so it feels unprofessional. So I want to hide myself, right? I only want to show myself when I feel like I'm at the top of my game. But I do music, and that is something that when I'm more in my sad space or just my contemplative space, I will delve into the language of music, and then even the language of songwriting, in order to connect to that feeling, let it sit with me and try to process it so that I can, you know, clear it out and then come back anew. So they tend to be really talented as far as the creative arts goes: painting, sculpting, drawing, singing, songwriting. They are the like hopeless romantic of the zodiac, or the hopeless, you know, artist of the zodiac. Along with Pisces, but even more so I give it to Libra, because Libra is ruled by Venus, and Venus is all about appreciation, experience. It's a very earthy or earthy planet to me, where it talks about really grounding the things that you appreciate and giving them a name, giving them time and space. So this is where recording music or doing a painting, making the feeling physical, making the thing that you appreciate something that, you know, can be carried through time. I hope that didn't go over y'all's heads too much, but lots of great musicians and artists are Libra Moons and have Libra placements. Let's talk about the rulership being Venus. So they are ruled by the planet Venus. Venus also rules Taurus, but it rules more of the money and the physical aspects of appreciation when it's in Taurus, because Taurus really appreciates having things, having food, you know, or the five senses is what I give to Taurus. I give Libra the beauty element of Venus, because Venus is all about that feminine sex appeal, the curve, the introspective element that comes with like identifying what makes you feel good, you know, and that's where that harmonizing factor comes in. This is why they're so good at interior design, because they can make up a space that when you walk, they can make it up so well to where when you walk into it, it influences you. And it's almost like having a conversation with somebody that makes you feel better, because, oh my God, this space is so beautiful. How could I have a negative emotion in this space? Or you're just in such awe of the beauty of the way that they might have taken super mundane things and put them together to create this sort of fantastical, super, super beautiful, super like composed space. They just have this eye for beauty that is really unmatched. Think of somebody like Kim Kardashian. Like, we can talk bad about Kim, but Kim is a Libra sun, and I think she really exhibits on the outside of herself that feminine curve, that need for the aesthetic, the need to be beautiful. Like, we might not know what the fuck going on in her mind for real, but we know sis can pull a look together. Okay, we know sis knows when something looks good from when it looks like trash, and that's really all we need to know. And somehow that does the trick. Okay, it makes her palatable because of the look. Okay, so yeah, these people are big on beauty, aesthetics, being socially like I know for me, I love a good sweatsuit, honey. I got a lot of like cute hoodies and like leggings and things like that, sweatpants that I like to wear just because I like it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's comfortable. But if you catch me out here, if I go somewhere, oh baby, I'm gonna put on a whole different hair. This is my hair. I'm gonna put on a whole different hair. It ain't like I'm bald headed. I just like to manipulate the look, okay? And I'm not gonna damage my own hair. I'm gonna put on somebody else's, okay? I'm gonna put on the makeup. I got heels that I literally only wear like once a year and I buy more heels than I do tennis shoes, and I wear tennis shoes a lot. You feel me? But it's just the aspect of like playing dress up to a certain extent. Like, if there's a social situation, I'm going to meet the note. I'm going to understand the assignment. I'm going to get dressed. I'm going to do what I need to do to go out there and look the part, okay? So there's that. Let's talk about love real quick, because I feel like with the moon signs, how they love is really the biggest reason why people don't always readily see the archetype of a person's moon on their person. If you're just an associate or a coworker, you might not ever be able to pick up on a person's moon sign. It's not until, you know, you get into a deep partnership with someone, or, you know, a close business partnership or a relationship, or you're their family member and you grew up with them, that you actually see this moon sign start to show its head, and you can identify like, oh, that's your moon talking. So when you get close to a Libra moon, they love to have somebody that they can literally just unfold in front of. That's all they want. Like I said, in social situations, they are the initiators. They want to go into this environment and like neutralize it, make other people feel good. If you're just spending all your time doing that, there's a part of yourself that's being left untended to. And so if you're in a close personal relationship with that person, that time together, that space together needs to feel like a safe space. And so Libra moons need somebody that they can just be their messiest selves with. You're still going to get the beauty element of it. Like, I do a lot of beauty routines. Like, I spend a lot of my personal time just priming my canvas, okay? But at the end of the day, it's like, I really appreciate my friends and my family and my, you know, significant other who allow me to just be me and not always have to put on a show. There's that. They are super accommodating, whether in social situations with people that they don't know or in intimate relationships. Again, so much so to where they're trying to neutralize the other person's energy. It's almost like Libra is a highly reactive sign, in the way that whatever the other person is giving, they take it as their responsibility to neutralize it, to make it all okay. And so if that other person has narcissistic tendencies or tends to be like more of a me type of player, then Libra can find that a lot of their time is spent trying to accommodate this other person's needs. And they do it like we do it. So like, it's such a second nature trait that we have. I find that like, as I've grown into my adulthood, I have to stop sometimes and be like, are your needs being met, Libra? Because the Libra in you, that's a running joke between me and my friends. Like, the Libra in you is doing a lot, honey, because they initiate. They do a lot. They don't mind. As long as it's going to leave the situation better than what they found it, they don't mind. But it's not always the healthiest move. On that, I'm gonna take a little sip. So, if you have a Libra moon, or somebody you know has a Libra moon, and you care about them or you care about yourself, make sure that, you know, this person is aware that they need boundaries, and then that person actually enacts those boundaries. Because listen, being such a social sign, they tend to make a lot of friends wherever they go. And a lot of people are not, looking to be equally yoked with the people that they call their friend, as long as they can benefit from it. And like I said, I know I'm an asset to any partnership I'm in because I'm constantly giving. So just make sure that that Libra understands that they need to be receiving as well. Receiving is not a bad thing. It's not a bad trait. It's not something to be ashamed of. It's something that should be happening both ways. So yeah, relationships can be pretty tumultuous for Libra moons because they do tend to be one of those placements that has those rose-colored glasses on. They really want everybody else to have the same heart as them, and it's just not facts, bro. It's just not the world we live in. So help your Libra friends, help your Libra family members, and if you yourself are a Libra moon, then help yourself by being fierce about your boundaries, realizing your worth, realizing that another person being allowed into your presence is like a sanctuary because you create space for people to just be. And in that, you need that in return. Okay. They can be super charming, like I talked about. They also can be a little manipulative, okay, in those social charms that they have to get what they want. I am the person, I am the friend. If we go out to eat and we want a free dessert or some shit like that, like I'm the one that has to be like, so waiter, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever it is, you want to butter somebody up, you want to really get somebody where you want them. A Libra moon person is the type of person that can see what a person's needs are, accommodate them so well to the point where like they're primed to sort of give you what they want. A lot of times they don't actually want to do that type of thing because it feels bad, you know what I mean? And they tend to be a more positive sign where they want people to do things just because, like, out of the kindness of their heart. And even sometimes I get accused of flirting with people when I know I'm not flirting with somebody, but I'm so nice, you feel me? Like, this is just personal experience that a person will think more into what I'm doing or what I'm saying, and it will afford me certain things. Like I can get things and I'm just like, or they'll give me stuff, you feel me? Or they'll just offer things and I'm just like, oh, okay, like thanks. And when I was younger, that shit used to get me in a lot of trouble. I digress. But anyway, yeah, they get what they want. Really, that's all Libra energy is about. And when you put it in the moon sign, it's like when that person is harmonizing and getting what they need out of a relationship, you know, you're talking to them and or they're talking to you and you're talking back, and there's an intrigue, there's a spark, there's ideas, there's progress being made within these ideas. Libra doesn't like to just talk for no reason. They want to give information. They want to get information. They really want to give you the types of, like morsels of information that will help you to change your life and to become a better person and to really do what you need to do to create that balance for yourself, right? To the point where they can really be some really pleasant people. Now, again, I'm going to leave this video and exit out of this video by saying, don't think that just because I've said all of these like super accommodating and nice and charming traits about Libra that they will not tip the scale or flip the table on your motherfucking ass, okay? Just as well as they like harmony, they can initiate war if it's what is necessary to protect their people or their ideals, you feel what I'm saying? Or what it is that they're trying to do. That's another thing. Like, I don't know if y'all watch a lot of TV, but there's a person, her name is T.S. Madison. And she has a talk show. She used to have a show with Kaya, the My Neck, My Back, and My Crack Girl, that girl, right? And they had an awesome run. She's a Libra, so this is where I'm kind of like pulling from that archetype. But they had an awesome run. Kaya was a Scorpio, so she was way more crass, didn't care when she would just say shit that would fuck up their business opportunity. And TS was like, girl, you gotta watch your mouth. You can't just say these things and think we're still gonna be handed a major platform. And so eventually the two broke up, and TS, like when you would ask her about it, she would say, you know, that's my sister. Like, I really wish it didn't have to go down like this. But the thing that would keep TS moving forward was the fact that she was like, listen, it's something I'm trying to do. If you trying to stand in between me and my next destination, you got to get the fuck. What they say, make him think you love him, take his money, then you dip on him. Like, she really understands and embodies that Libra quality of, if you're not on the same page with me, if we can't have this thing be reciprocal, and if you begin to become a barrier to the goodness that I'm going towards, then you got to get up out of here. Because all the cardinal signs Libra, Aries, Capricorn, Cancer are very much about the next thing. You feel me? So you never want to stand in between a cardinal sign and their achievements, because they're always going to put the achievement before the petty drama. And Libras are relationship people, so a lot of times they try to work shit out. You feel me? Like, oh, can we work it out? Can we do something that's gonna, can we compromise in a way that benefits us both? But once they see that it's dead and it's you know what I'm saying, a barrier, they will definitely move past it. All right, so if you are a Libra Moon, if you know somebody that is a Libra Moon, if you have friends that are Libra Moon, send them this video, okay? And if you're a Libra Moon, leave me a comment down below letting me know if any of this hit home for you, how you feel about some of the things I said, if there were any things that like stuck out like red flags, then let me know. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. As always, if you guys would like a personal reading with me, all you have to do is go down to the description box below and find the nellnicole.com link, okay? And book yourself a session, because what I do in my sessions is I can read all of your signs to tell you kind of like in totality what your personality is kind of like, what journey you're on in this life, and just, you know what I'm saying, how to balance out all of your different aspects, okay? So I love you guys very much, and thank you for joining me here on the High Vibe channel. Until next time, bye.